Finally back into the rhythm of trading. All right, Futures Friday. Look at that. Not in any positions. Really didn't get into anything here. Kind of an obvious move there. Just didn't get to catch it because I was setting up the stream as usual. See what's going down. Not in any positions. Really didn't get into anything here. Kind of an obvious move. See how this is doing there. I actually need to check. All right, let's go over here. Not in any position yet. Just waiting for it to get to our entry, really. That's all I'm waiting for. Got an entry there at 10. Might be a little aggressive there, but we'll see once we get up there. 10 lots around 221.75. Thank you. Probably should have traded it up there, but just did not. Yeah, for TradingView, I'm streaming on just this because that's all TradingView allows. But that's fine. It is what it is. Let's see. We got GC, potentially GC. See how that goes. Let's look at that. This actually I want to bring over here and do this. Go down here. I don't know why Discord doesn't do that. Discord doesn't like, it's not registered as an app, which is weird. All right, whatever. Take that down. Yeah, I think I'd be bullish on gold. Looks like we're going to get picked up. But, you know, the daily is the one to watch there on gold. As far as, you know, that might be a little aggressive, that entry.
Order filled.
We'll see. Yeah, I think it's a little aggressive. Could rip up another up to there or up to here. Yeah, it's going to keep going. We did expect a reaction in that zone, but, you know, obviously it's not reacting right away. Hey, good morning. Still recovering from treatment and stuff, so I'm a little slow, but I'm sure I'll be able to knock it out. Make some... No, I don't know what William... Well, I know what William fractals are, but no. The red and which ones? Well, the one at the top... The one at the top is... This is just signifying whether or not we're above the weekly open or below the weekly open. So when it's green, we're above the weekly open. When it's red, and then these other red and green triangles that you see on the chart, those are member. It's a member indicator called the Rexdog RSI. So these are I have an oscillator, but then these are the actual signals. And what we look for is triangles, triangles. Which is basically, well, we look for a 3 triangle pattern, which is you have a green, red, green, and then the last signal is the fire signal. So what you see here, green, green goes up, red, red goes down, you know, green, red, green. So that's kind of how we use that indicator. And it's more of a confirmation indicator. It's not a main signal indicator. Yeah, I should have just waited for a sell-off. I didn't get a confirmation there in that sell-off there. What time is it? All right, we got about 12 minutes before the half hour. Yeah, so that's... And then TradingView only allows them streams of TradingView charts. So this is all I'm going to be showing today. I'll just be showing TradingView charts. That's all on TradingView. If you want to see other charts and everything else, then that'll be on YouTube and everything else. So it is what it is, or as Popeye said, I am what I am. Let's see what else is on deck. You know, we're looking for CL. It's kind of our entry there. Don't really want to take a loss on this trade here until we give it a little bit of room. So I'm not convinced that this is going to continue up. We'll just scale in a little bit more because this is a reaction area. Jeez. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. You know, we got a daily level kind of at a key level there. I wonder if I can do this here. Could I open up another chart and will it stream that chart? That's the question. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. Dude just did a drive-by. Just wham. Came in, drove by, shot up the spot and left. Trying to recover a bit from treatment. We are at a reaction zone. Once again, this is a fade though. So, oh, look at that. That's going to hurt. That's painful, isn't it? First trade of the day is a fade. Look on the news calendar. What's on the deck? On deck for news. Today the 14th. It is. We do have industrial business inventories, consumer sentiment here in about. I probably would want to get out of this then, I guess, since we have consumer sentiment coming out at 10 o'clock. Might move the market, possibly.
Order filled. Order filled.
We'll see. Don't see anything else I want to move on. Oh yeah, I was going to look and see if I could actually get into the, or not get into that, but actually see if I could open up another chart. What the heck is wrong with everything? Why is it all weird? All right, let's do a chart check. Chart check. So basically, I'm going to start doing chart checks. So basically, we look at chart. All right, we're in a short. Looking to short up there. Would be looking for obviously an increase or a pullback to momentum. And then we're on CL. Got our entry right around 83 spot 45. I don't really want to enter anywhere else. I guess the best solution or the other option there is to go long right around 82.63 for a pullback, and then here right around 82.78. This would be like an area. So we'll see if we get picked up there, and we'll do 4 for a protective stop right down here. And then GC gold. If we look at gold, it's not really showing strength. I would say gold is not showing strength at all. So GC is not showing any strength. We're about 7 minutes to the hour there.
Order filled.
And then NG, I think we're okay there. It looks like it's going for the next range. Yeah. The daily on that is interesting. We still haven't got the signal that it's the trade of the quarter. So let's see how that goes. Oh, I didn't share Telegram. Not selling off. So we'll see. Be a little bit patient there in that position. I might get out too, since we're so close, but we'll see. It's going to continue up. Hitting a momentum check here. It's going to continue up. Can look at the internals. Do we have the internals? I do not have the internals. Why don't I have the internals on here? So I wonder if I do this. What is okay. All right, so that's what's happening. Okay, so TradingView will stream whatever chart I'm showing up here. Okay, that's good to know. Like I said, I haven't with TradingView, they, I got slapped by one of the mods saying that you can only stream TradingView charts. So I connected Trade08 to TradingView here, as you can see. So at least you can see my positions and what's going down. This seems like it's so big. I don't know why it's so big. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I was like, why is it so huge? That's what she said. All right, there we go. Yeah, I guess I should have exited out of that trade. Oh well, is what it is. I'm waiting for...
Order filled.
Seriously, dude, come on. These freaking charts, dude. You know, I think I'll go with this chart. Isn't there like a settings? Isn't there like a way where it can automatically like follow or something like that? There's got to be like an auto something. Navigation pane. There is on Tradeovate. There's like auto whatever. Reset chart view. It's got to be like an auto, something that auto does something.
Order filled.
I didn't get picked up on any of the CL, so I think that 60-minute is probably a little aggressive. I think this is the next. I think that's the next area up here. So why are these turned off? I don't understand why this is turned off. Canceled all the bids on the actual CL trade. Okay, why does this seem like it's not? Oh, I was going to look at the internals. That's what I was going to look at, but I don't have the internals on that chart. Wrong one, dude. So does this allow? This doesn't allow. Oh, I go to this. This is, you know, where do I go for news? Oh, here's where I go. That's what I use for news. I just like that site because it's just clean. It's just very clean as far as like, there's other sites out there. There's an FX site. There's a few other sites. There we go.
Order filled.
Just got out of that trade just because it got volatile, and we are hitting the news event. So total PnL 2400, and we'll wait for it to calm down here a little bit. Probably should have stuck with it, but we are in the news event, so. Give it a few minutes to calm down, or a few seconds to calm down, see what it's doing. It's pretty obvious that the target is where it's at. We go here and we go to the NDX, go to the daily. It's pretty obvious where the target's at. Couldn't be more obvious. Up here. 186. That's the target. And we would, our Oompa Loompa short zone is up in here. So our short zone is up in here. That's our short zone. Everything aligns correctly. What the hell, dude? Yeah, I love how these charts just automatically look great as soon as you change them. It's gonna try to break out.
Order filled.
Just entered on two lots here. We'll see if we, looks like it's going to stay momentum long, so we'll see if we can stick with that there. Trailing stops on 2 lots. There we go, rising up. Rise up, son. Rise up. Ah, it's going to stall there? Really? Seriously? Yeah, I didn't think so. There we go. Up, up, up. Booyakasha. Up about $500 in that trade. So PnL wise, we're up around, I don't know, 2,900. Not bad. Not bad for the first day back. PnL. Booyakasha. Yeah, I actually, the trading on, one of the things I like about TradingView is that actually you can move your trailing stops. So this is a trailing stop. I can actually move my trailing stop and it'll reset it, which is pretty friggin' fantastic compared to what TradeOvate allows you. Well, okay, well, it didn't set it. I don't know why it didn't set it. I don't know what the hell it's doing. It should have set it.
Stop filled.
Ah, stopped out, you little bastard. I don't know why it's not working, actually. I just said that, oh, you know what? I bet it's within the deviation of it. It can't move there. That's probably why. Looks like it's going to break through, though. Long. Long to next zone. NQ. I'll share the exact 4-chart setup in Trade Room Alpha. Booyakasha. So, for those that are new, you want to join via Discord. If you want to trade the best trade system on the planet, all you have to do is send me a DM and ask how to get started. Here we go. The best thing to do is join via Discord. Let's see if we can have a decent day today. So far, I think we're up. What are we up today? Up about $2,600 so far in one lot. I did not go at size there because I'm waiting to see what will happen around this zone. We will do so going forward. We are going to be trading the system. I am not going to stray from the system. I'm going to trade the system, and then you're going to continuously see how powerful the system is to the point that it's going to be obvious day after day after day that you're watching one of the top 5% trade systems ever developed. Try not to sound arrogant, but at this point in time, we've got our end state defined. One of these days you're going to get up and I'm just going to ghost. And whoever's with me is going to be with me. So alphas, you'll be going along, but one of these days we're going to get up and we're just going to ghost the whole world. And we're going to take what we have and we're going to go to the next level. That's about the extent of what I'm going to say about it anymore.
Stop filled.
Stopped out. Now we're going to ask, do we want to get back in? And if we get back in, where would we want to get back in? So it's right around that time. Got the opening range. Why is my ticky opening range there? Dude, what the hell? I don't understand why it's not part of the friggin' thing. What the fuck? Okay, that makes no sense. Wait, did they? Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. Not quite ready to move to... oh, wait, that's the wrong one. No wonder. To move to the market time yet, but I probably should. We will... Oh, man, look at that sell-off in GC. Oh, that would have been nice to catch. Did not catch that. I missed that move. All right, let's look at GC and why did we miss that move? Is it going to do a gap fill? That's the question. So we'll see if we can get picked up on GC up here on a pullback. Pulling back all the way to chart 2. We're looking to just chart 2 momentum and bias is really what we're looking for. All right, so now we got sell-off in the NQ. And we've got a kind of entry right there. If you can see right around 186 spot 50. It's for chart 4 RDA check. If it's going to go deeper, it's going to go down to the 110. You know, and then we've got, so you got to plan to scale in on that thing. Like if you use this minor level, it's right around there. Probably should trade down to that actually, given how it's selling off. We do have a momentum check here, so don't want to be too aggressive. The other area where you'd maybe want to enter is right around here. We look at the NQ, your next entry is right around, so scaling in is right there, then your next scale in spot is a little bit lower, below that. It's kind of your scale in spot. If we get picked up here, we have no confirmation, so that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, should have caught that sell-off. I was looking at another chart like a dumbass. We don't want to get in yet. If anything, we want to sell up here. If we get picked up. It's kind of where we're at. Where's I think that way I'm gonna move down a little bit. All right.
Order filled.
All right, we're in. Doesn't look like we want to be in based on the reaction, but we'll give it a little bit of a second to react there. Yeah. There we go. Oh, look at that. Terrible reaction. Come on, you can do it. You can react up, man. I know you can do it. You got the strength. Nope. It's not going to react there. That's why you wait for confirmation if you trade that way.
Order filled.
There we go. Come on. Go to the next momentum check. That's what we're looking for up here.
Order filled.
Just got out. Probably keep going for a little bit, but we'll let it come up to this entry here. So far up about $3,200 for the day. Not bad.
Order filled.
What we get picked up on? Oh, the GC short. Sweet. All right. Got picked up for that one. Let's see how that goes. Continuing up. So that'll be interesting here today if it's gonna do that. Let's see. Let's look at our 60. See what 60 is telling us. Above the weekly open. Got a rejection on the first kind of test up there. I don't know why it rejected right there. It's kind of a weird place for it to reject. Must have been more news driven there. Why it did that. Interesting. Doesn't align with anything we would look at for a reaction zone, but you know, that's the market. As long as it stays above this 0.28, it's going to be long. So really the key is, does it stay above 0.28? It's pretty obvious. Well, it's obvious if you trade our system. You trade the system that I trade, that I teach, then it's pretty obvious what it's trying to do. If you don't trade my system, then it's probably not super obvious. I don't know. I don't know what system other people trade. So, all right. Fed, Voller speaking. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So we got a supposedly important person speaking. Supposedly.
Order filled.
Got picked up for another GC entry. Looks like it, I bet. No, we got picked up on the NQ. Okay. See how that works out. Got to be a little careful here on this NQ trade just to make sure that we're on the right side of it. What the hell? What is that? It's an RDA check. Just in one lots each. Oh, so they're talking about something they have no other. Okay. Talking about the future economic outlook. So they're basically lying through their teeth because they have no idea what they're talking about. What the hell? Now that trade kind of went in the direction we wanted it to. Did we get picked up? No, I got picked up for one. So, but then the GC trade is not going in our direction. You little bastard. We'll put this one here.
Order filled.
One of those is probably going to move. Not going to be follow through there? I thought there'd be follow through on that GC trade. Guess not. I would expect there'd be follow through.
Order filled.
Just got out of that. This is really where I want to enter anyways.
Stop filled.
Got stopped out. Since there's someone talking, I'm just figuring I'm just gonna do what I do. Yeah, so they're basically that's what they do. Lying through their teeth. Now it's just a matter of there's no real edge here on any of the charts. We're in the middle of ranges. Just wait for the extremes. Trade Room Alpha, I'll share the levels. I mean, you should have these already, so I don't know what the heck I need to share them for. But, you know, you should be... Let me just explain. Alphas, you should always have your levels known or defined from Chart 4. Chart 4 is the structure of the market. So you always want that defined. Trade Room Alpha. Here's our levels to the NQ. kind of no. PnL's up to 35.49. Not bad for just coming off. I just got off treatment, so I mean, like I said, my significant other was in the ER. Spent 2 days there. And then I went to pick her up yesterday, and everything just caught up to me. Just my treatment, just everything else. So I just needed a rest. So I just kind of just chilled for half a day. Gonna need some coffee up in this. It's relatively quiet around these parts. Am I not entertaining? Are you not entertained? As Russell said. There's really no trades on the book. I guess I should have stayed in that GC trade. Damn it, Jim. I wanted a better entry. Should have just stayed in it. Should have gave it more room. Damn it. Well, if we look and see where the zonage is at, we see that, oh, it's New Music Friday, I forgot. There's our next level there. Of course, it's not showing up on the chart. Why would it show up on the chart? You know, why would something work that's supposed to work? That doesn't make sense. I missed that NQ trade. I guess it wants to continue to sell off. Maybe they told the truth. Maybe the guy that's talking at the Fed said, you know, we're really working on destroying the economy so we can turn everybody into financial slaves. As soon as we release our CBDC, our digital Fed dollar, you're all going down. Ah, come on, dude. What the frick? All right, I guess our next trade really is here. So it's just a matter of hate missing trades. Missing trades that was obvious. I mean, that I was in that trade a little bit, obviously. I was in one lot. And it never closed above the RDA on chart 2. Should have just stayed in that. So we go into the next level. That's the key. Are we going to 1110? I think we might be. So I think we trade towards that.
Order filled.
I think that's
Order
where we're
filled.
going, son. Might be completely wrong, but
Order filled.
we're going towards, our target is 110 on the NQ. See if it gets there. Obviously it's got a couple momentum checks to check here. That's kind of where we're doing our entry. Did our initial entry on the fast momentum check. Our next entry is on the slow.
Order filled.
We'll see.
Order filled.
Maybe it's going to find a bid here. Maybe this is where it's going to find a bid. So we'll just not get too aggressive on our entries.
Order filled.
Just enter at kind of the key spots.
Order filled.
And then enter up to this level here. It's kind of what we'll plan on doing. See if it holds this momentum check here. CL, this trade is off the books. Getting out of CL, or not getting out, not. NG, we got, up here is where we want to start our NG trade. So we'll do that there. NQ, let's see if it's going to sell off or is it going to find a bid. Our level that we're looking at is right around 110. That's what we're looking for the room on this trade if it does actually move to the next level. There we go. Only in 7 lots. Well, damn it. Guess we'll just do 7 trailing stops. There's 3. Targeting down here, 110. Ah, look at that. Once again, the system gave you an awesome entry. All you had to do is just take it. Just wait for pullbacks. System told you exactly where to enter. Telling you, if you're not trading this system, you're really missing out. I'm just going to start being overt about it now. Because I no longer care. I mean, I care. But I mean, I no longer care about sounding arrogant. I no longer care. I'm really proud of the system I developed. And then, you know, watching my nephew become an elite trader and others, I'm just no longer going to just not be proud of it. Spent a lot of effort and time and focus developing the system. So I'm going to sing its praises.
Stop filled. Order filled.
Not maximizing, or took some profit there. Now let's just see if we can trail it down. Let's see if we can just sit on this if it does actually go down there. Yeah, it's starting to stop. Why is it starting to stop there, son? Keep going, dude. 110, that's what you want to hit. 110, dude. Ah, it's stalling. Is it going to take me out and make me re-enter? Bastard.
Stop filled.
Screw you, dude. Sell off. I mean, pretty much all stops are in profit. Oh, there it goes. For some reason, it really likes that area right around 140. I don't know why it would stop there. There's nothing, there's no real key reason why it would stop there other than it just wants to annoy the hell out of me. Why is it stopping there? Like what zone is there that wants, oh, I see. It's getting ready to stop just below that. Come on, will you get down to 110? Come on, dude, you can do it. You got the strength. Really wants to stall here. Wants to stall at the previous, or that's the OR low. But I don't know why it just doesn't want to tag 110. That's what it wants to do. Let's look at GC, make sure, we missed that GC trade. Bastard. Let's look at the daily on that thing. Aha, look at that. It's right out of momentum check. So the question is on GC. I was in the GC room the other day, or late at night, and everybody was like, it's long, it's long, it's long. I'm like, dude, no, it's friggin', there's multiple signals that are short. So now it's the question, is it going to stop here, or is it going to go down to 992? All right. Well, let's see if we can put an entry up there. See if we get picked up on GC. That'll be, if we get picked up, then that will be GC telling us that, hey, it's time to go down. Trying to short down to our target would be this is our target, 99 deuce. That'd be our target if we get picked up, 992. I don't know if it's going to get there today because it's at a momentum check. So in some ways, we should probably be looking long because it is at a momentum check on the daily. Yeah, let's do that. Trade Room Alpha, I will share the GC levels, but you should already have them drawn. So all you really have to do is just look at my levels and say, yeah, our levels align. I think we see the same thing. So Trade Room Alpha, I'll be sharing the GC levels. That is controlling. Okay, maybe not. Controlling the trades. Trade Room Alpha. Boom. Time to get some coffee up in here. Need to check the Delta room. What fees are you? Oh, okay. Where are you trading the OCX? Or yeah, you have to. You know, that's the problem. Ah, these bastards, man. The NQ wants to take me out. Doesn't want to go down there right away, so we're either going to have to get taken out, or okay, I guess it didn't hit us. The question is, do we buy at 110? That's the question. Which would align with the fast momentum indicator. We look at the daily on that. We look at the daily and we go to the day. We see that the fast momentum indicator is here. So that might be, it might want to check that. We'll add an alert. Create an alert. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to move the whole chart on the other side of the planet. What the fuck? Okay. Stop. Stop. How did it hit my alert right away? Whatever. I guess that's why I don't use alerts, because they're annoying. So that's the area we're watching right here. I'm just going to keep the daily chart up. Well, I won't keep it up. I'll do this, but see if there's any comments, questions. There we go. We see that's continuing to move down. Gonna hit our 110 area, I believe. We're up about $2,000 on this trade. So far, PnL today is decent. We're up about 4,300. Yeah. You know, that's kind of that's kind of the key. You know, the other thing is that, you know, with the fees, then you just have to elongate your time or make your time longer. Yeah, I can look at that. We can look at gold. I mean, gold is right here. So, you know, it's this chart right here, gold futures. So, but the outlook is short. If we go to the daily on all these charts, so for instance, if we just make the gold chart bigger, it's obvious that it's you got the weekly open that it maybe is trying to test. So really your trade is down to the weekly open is really the trade, or it holds right here at the fast momentum indicator, which is what we're testing right now. It either holds right here at the fast momentum indicator, or I should just move my entry down to the weekly open, or it's going to tag the weekly open. And then the other area that you have is pretty obvious down here at another weekly open.
Stop filled.
Got stopped out. And then also you've got the slow momentum indicator. But I think that's probably pretty aggressive for today. I wouldn't, I mean, to me, the trade on the table is
Stop
probably
filled.
right here on gold. I mean, if we want to really do the XAGUSD. Oh, it's silver. Sorry, silver. My bad. Silver is the same thing. Yeah, sorry. Silver. It's the same thing. I mean, it's the same pattern, isn't it? If you look at it, it's the same pattern. Weekly open. I mean, you've got a previous day here. So really, the next trade on the table and the next reaction is right here. Right at 25 spot 52 or so, or a little bit lower than that, sorry. 25 spot 50. That's really the next trade on the table. And then it's really simple. I mean, this is like a dead simple trade. It's either going to hold this the zone right here. This is like beyond simple. It's either going to tag this and hold it. I mean, your trade is short. So the trade is actually short. So short from up here if it gets up there. Otherwise, you chase the trade down to here. It's either going to hold this level. So it's going to probably hit this level, bounce up, then your trade is short down, and then it's to the weekly open. And then it's either going to hold the weekly open or not. So I expect a reaction right here, right now. We're only in one lot there. Oh, the take profit, I mean, if you like us, you trade in thirds, then, I'd be taking a third off. So if I would have entered up here, I'd be taking a third off here because we expect a reaction. Previous day open, you expect a reaction, which we're starting to see. So I take a third, and then I just trail everything down to the weekly open. So it's either going to hit that or not. That's how I do it. So, and then I would reverse somewhere in this zone. That's how I'd be trading this if I was trading silver. Somewhere in this zone, I'd reverse if it gets down there. Not much of a reaction there, but I would expect some kind of a reaction. Damn it. I'm only in one lot on the NQ. Knocked me out of all those trades. It's a little upsetting. We're up about $600 on that. PnL wise, we're doing pretty good though. PnL wise, up about $5,000. So not a bad PnL day so far today. Can't complain about that. Yeah, so that's what I'd do. I'd trail for weekly open. That's what I'd do. NQ officially lost the weekly open. We do have a previous VWAP here. And then we also have a key level right there. Yeah. So it didn't have much of a reaction there on that previous day, the silver. So, it's almost ignoring that previous day completely. You do have another level right here. So your next level that you'd want to consider taking profit is 25, spot 25. That's your next area, around that area. So, and obviously you got the low, so you would expect a reaction on that previous day low. So that's your next area of reaction, 25 spot 39. So that's really your next reaction zone. That's just using raw price action. We're not even talking about the indicators, right? So, but I mean, yeah, it looks like it has a target. I think it's the weekly open. Below the weekly open, then it might rip and hold above. Yeah, on your trades, yeah, it could. But the way our system works, that we trade basically, our system basically, we have a chart that we use that defines key levels, and then the market moves from level to level. Almost scary how reliable it is. So, I don't have the silver chart up, so I can't really tell you like what that chart is, but it's mirroring exactly what gold's doing. So I would assume the level's in the same area. Our GC level is right around 2016. If silver and gold didn't move so in conjunction with each other, then I'd add it. But I trade silver through the ETF, and then just normal silver, or just real silver, actual silver, physical silver. But that's how I express my silver is through the ETF. I don't typically trade the futures silver. And I've been saying for the last year and a half, every pullback on silver you buy. So I've been, I do more ideas and stuff at, I think we might want to.
Order filled.
We'll see. So I did one entry on GC. We'll do two.
Order filled.
see if we're going to regret that here in a second. 1 second. We'll put some trailing stops in, see if we can make a couple $100 in that trade. So wait, is that showing my GC trade? Oh, that's because I no. Yeah. So 2 lots on gold, on oil, sorry, right here. Trail the stop there, see how that works out. So far we're up about, I don't know, $230. Not a bad trade. Can't complain about that. Boom. Got that trade almost at the perfect spot. Pretty nice scalp trade there. It was a fade. Pretty nice fade scalp trade there. We're up about $390 on that trade. So far, PnL wise, we're up about 5 Gs. 5G. I bet it reacted there, didn't it? I bet if we look at that, it reacted. Yeah. Let's chart an initial reaction. Wow, I really caught that CL trade at the right spot, didn't I? So, members, that was a level check. Chart 4. Overshoot, level check. Waited for confirmation that the level was going to hold on chart 2. Almost a perfectly executed fade trade if I don't say so myself. Which I did. Perfectly executed fade trade. We got our levels marked. I'll take the extra whatever couple $100 that is on that CL trade. Not a bad move there. I almost want to give it more room based on how it's moving, at least on one of these lots. I'll give you a little bit more room. PnL wise, where are we at now, son? We are up roughly around $5,000. PnL check. 5011. Open profit about 1,500. Can't beat that. Well, I guess you could beat it, actually. If I was trading at larger size, I'm just still trying to recover. If you're new, best thing to do is join via Discord. Have any questions, you can ask questions. I'm open to answering questions as long as it doesn't ding my PnL. Do this day in and day out, so you know eventually you're either gonna don't want to trade the best trade system on the planet.
Stop field.
That's really the way I look at it. If I keep doing this day in and day out, which I've been doing, I don't know, you know, you either want to trade the best trade system on the planet or you don't. That's really what it comes down to. Really try not to be arrogant, but I'm just at the point where I'm finally satisfied with our end state. I've created an end state for how all this ends, and I'm moving towards that. So I was frustrated for a while because I wasn't quite satisfied with the end state that I had in mind for what we're doing here. But now that I've kind of spoke with my nephew and we kind of got a end state that is a badass way to go out, I'm no longer hesitant. Not that I was hesitant before, but it's just good to have a strategic plan in place that we're following. Time to make some coffee. What time is it? 9:42. Is there anybody else around here? Or am I just, oh, look at that. NQ probably would have been great to re-enter that trade. So the question is on the NQ here, when it gets down to 110, that's a pretty fierce 60 candle there. So is it down to, oh man, just not sure where exactly we want to possibly go long on this thing. I mean, technically we should be looking for long right around here, 110, technically, but the fierceness of that move. I should change this back to gold. Is it GC? Is it M3 that we're trading? It is M3. Why did it not show it? There we go. Save this. Up about $800 on the Nasdaq trade, the NQ trade, and up about $440 on the gold trade, or not the gold, the oil trade. Sorry about that. Just easing into the day here, easing into the trades. Can I update all the titles? I wonder if I could do that here. It's like we're going to be knocked out. Ah, man. No, maybe not. I don't know. It's an interesting 5-minute. I don't know how this. So this is a 5-minute chart here, right here. The NG, and then this is a 5-minute chart, and then this one says 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and this one says 4 minutes and 31. So I don't know how the times could be off. They're literally 5-minute charts. They should be measuring the same 5 minutes. Kind of slowed down. I guess it slowed down enough for me to go make some coffee. That's what we're gonna do. Since we're just in 2 trades, we're waiting for the GC trade to get picked up around 2007. So that's kind of the first entry. Other than that, I'm just in trades based on last positions. I don't see anything I want to add to yet because nothing's making up its mind. Everything's stalling. I think we're going to get knocked out of this NQ trade, and then that's the question of, do we want to re-enter up here? Didn't tag the level, but it's holding the OR low. So if it's going to hold that, then probably what's going to happen is that it's probably going to come up here and tag probably the 165. That's a little high, but that's our next area of sell right up here. It gets up there if we get knocked out. And then up here, if we get knocked out, then our next areas is right around here. All right, that's kind of where we want to be.
Stop filled.
Did get stopped out. So the next area that we'd probably want to, maybe this level right here. Let's do some threes. And Q's trying to make a move up, trying to hold the OR low. Could say there's a minor level now developed right around there. 125. Almost should sell here, but I want to give it a little bit of an opportunity to move up more. Take out that next level. So that's trade room alpha. This is the next entry area that I'm looking at right here. I'll share this in the futures room. It's the next sell I'm looking at on the NQ. CL is deciding whether or not it wants to break the momentum here. Chart 4. Yeah, so when I'm just recovering, I'm just trading small sizes. Because my mind's still not fully engaged, or not yet. It's fully engaged. It's just not running on all cylinders, I guess is the way you would put it. Still not bad. I mean, not a bad PnL day so far, around 5,900 with about 470 in open profit. So it's in a range here, so that's why I'm just, that would have been the trade up top, selling there, but you know, it's stalling, so waiting for the extreme on that NQ trade. Other than that, nothing else is on the board that I really want to get involved in. I'm already in the CL trade for one lot. The NG trade, it's not in a great area. And then gold, GC, you know, I don't think it's going to make it up to our sell there, but that would have been a notification for me to maybe scale into that trade, and then we'll wait for the 207 spot 8. So, you know, it should be called waiting, not trading. I say that often. Here we go. We got the NQ moving up. I do expect it to fail there, but and we can wait for the confirmation. So we can always add once it confirms that it's going to fail instead of waiting for the higher where we're at. So we could look at the internals. I haven't looked at the big tech internals yet. Yeah, that NQ is enticing me to want to short that, but it's just in the middle of a range. Just the middle of a range. We'll see what what's happening with CL. Question is on CL, since we got a new level, do we want to, if that level gets checked again, I'd go long again most likely on CL. We get knocked out of that trade, that level gets checked again, we'll probably just trade that again. Damn it. This NQ trade, man, I should have just traded that right at that momentum check. Little bastard. Ah. Okay, fine. You're going to get me. But I'm going to wait for a pullback. I'm not going to chase you.
Order filled.
All right, let's see if that holds up. Got picked up for 3 there.
Order filled.
Just don't like the way it's behaving. It's not selling off right away. It's being a little bastard. I need coffee, so I really don't want to enter a trade now anyway. Guess I should have stuck with it. Yep, should have stuck with it, little bastard. Friggin' NQ, man. Faking me out. Is it going to hold those lows? That's the question. Well, the only answer is actually to wait for a pullback and get picked up on a pullback. Or I guess you could chase the trade here with the expectation it's going to hit that level. What time is it? Yeah. Yeah, I should have stayed in that. Oh, bastard. Question is it going to go way down there? That's the question. It's going to go down. What is this level here? Yeah. Should have stuck with that trade. Should have just traded the momentum. Should have traded the system as usual. System told me to go short. I didn't listen to the system. I wanted to be smarter than the system. I don't know why. Yeah, I should have just stayed in that. Fuck. Why am I trading against the system? That's the question. I kind of want to look at the internals, but I don't have the internal chart up. That's why. Hey, thanks for the comment. Self-adapt. Thanks for the feedback. No, it would work for anybody. I'll be completely upfront. I'll be totally upfront, 100%. You know, the trade system works if you trade it. When it doesn't work is when the human meathead behind it wants to be smarter than the trade system. There's still a psychological element. I mean, I just be completely upfront. Of course, there's a psychological element. I mean, that's, the real answer, or the real, the real thing is basically anybody could trade if they knew themselves. But I mean, but the difference is, I guess, one of the challenges is that, okay, I'm just looking at the charts to make sure I'm not missing a trade, is that, I spent, since 2016, you're benefiting from me being a fanatical student of the market since 2016. So, if you're looking to join my training or, trade my system, you're benefiting from someone that still is fanatical about the market every single day. I show up every single day. I don't have to. I don't have to stream. I don't have to do all this. I don't have to do any of this stuff. I could just trade in my, in obscurity and no one would know. I'm just saying that, so from the perspective of you're benefiting from someone that has been fanatical about the market since 2016 and then really has been profitable since 2018. So, you're benefiting from someone that, and I trade all markets. So, sorry, I'm just looking at the charts to make sure I don't miss a trade. For me, I like to trade with the system when it's going in the direction I want it to. Don't. You're speaking my language. Yeah, that's my problem. Like, I have opinions on which way the market should go. And then, sometimes I argue with those opinions, or I argue with the chart. I mean, I'm a fade. I like to fade. I'm a fader at heart. So I like to fade the market. Like if I day traded stocks, for instance, which I'd never do because it's a complete waste of time. Like your opportunity, I mean, the capital required to day trade stocks and the amount of time you have to do to find the right stock to day trade is a complete waste of time. It's an utter waste of time. Like that's why anybody, like someone that, I'd want to day trade stocks and what scanner do I use to find the stocks? It's a complete waste of time. Just find something like we do. I trade 4 different things. They're guaranteed to move every single day. I don't have to search for stocks and scanners and news events. It's guaranteed to move every single day. And then for swing trades, swing trades are easy too. So my idea on let's look at that. I need to stop saying easy. So I don't want it to feel like it's easy. But I'll be completely upfront. No, I don't want to leave this site. How do I open up that? Like, look at this. This is a prime example. I called this. I did an idea on this, and I'm not trying to brag. I'm really just trying to edumacate you. I don't know if that's the proper way to say that. Like, look, I would do more ideas on TradingView, except for a mod every time I do something tells me that I break a house rule. So, I just have no interest in going to a platform that doesn't appreciate me. So look, I called this, bam. I said here, that's what we're looking for. And then I updated this idea consistently. And then basically I said, hey, we've got the counter signal. I know there's a lot of lines on this chart. This is my Rexdog Maximus, right? I said, hey, look, we've got it. We've got the signal. What was the counter signal? The counter signal was this triangle right here. Remember, I shared, if you were on the stream earlier, I shared that, hey, we've got the last signal we had that we were watching. Is there going to be a sell-off, which is this signal right here on the Rexdog RSI. I said what we're watching for is a triangle pattern. Green, red, green. We got that green triangle. That gave us an additional confirmation to potentially do a long swing trade. So right now, if this was a futures trade, you're up decent amount. You're up roughly 9% on a futures trade. That's a pretty decent futures trade. It's a decent spot trade as well. So, like I say here, I'm starting to get more like these other lame people that I see out on TradingView, where they just do these stupid lame, you better have hit buy, buy, buy. I'm just starting to do this lame shit just to friggin' entertain myself. But, I shared this idea, updated it consistently, shared in Discord, explained it. Yeah, thanks. Just say simple. People confuse simple with easy. It's not. Yeah. So simple, yeah. So for when I say simple, I mean, I get in trouble when I don't follow the system. That's when I get in trouble. And I get in trouble because it's simple, and I want complex. Even though I developed the damn thing, I still need a challenge and complexity. I've had a lot of discussions with my nephew around this with him, just basically, saying, hey, dude, man, don't freaking
Order filled.
Okay, we got filled. Let's see what we got filled on. What do we get filled on? Okay, we got filled on gold. So let's look at gold. All right, so we got filled at 207 on gold. First entry. Now, this is the way I trade. Just, I'm sure I've explained this, but I don't use alerts. I use entries like this. So, like that, when I'm trading off stream, when I'm not streaming, here's how I trade. I hear that alert, and that's the chart telling me that I wanted to be entered. I'm sorry. That's the chart telling me that the chart demands my attention because I put an entry there. There's a reason why I put an entry there. Now I decide, do I scale in? Now I decide, what do I do with this trade? How I trade off stream is I'm not watching these charts. I mean, they're up on one monitor. I have 3 monitors on this setup that I have here. I have 6 monitors on the other machine I have. So what happens is that I get into a trade. Now, typically I do have a protective stop, but there I didn't have a protective stop because I'm sitting here watching the chart. So these are invalid. These ones are invalid, obviously. But now I'll decide, okay, I'll look at the 4 chart setup after the chart. When I get picked up on like a single lot entry, that's like an alert for me. So I'm not saying you should trade this way, but this is the way I trade because I want to be in there anyways. That's where I'd want to start my position. So I'm not just putting that there just to kind of be alerted. I want to be in there anyways. But then I decide, okay, do I scale in at this point in time? Since this is a fade trade right now at this point in time, there's really nothing to do except for just manage this little baby position. And what I mean by that when I say manage this little baby position is basically it's one lot. It's a fade trade. So while we do have, we're going to make maybe a couple $100 here, hopefully. The best position, the best entry was probably where it was at. But I also have an entry there because this is where I would expect maybe the market to
Stop
turn.
filled.
Now you'll see I just got knocked out of that trade. So didn't want to take a loss, put my stop loss in. Now I'm watching this chart now. This is how I trade like off stream. I'm watching this chart because, okay, it got to the area and now potentially on a deeper pullback, maybe down to here is probably where I'd want to enter again. So this is where I probably should have shorted that too. Now that I look at this. But now here's our short opportunity. Probably not going to get picked up on that. I'm in nothing, am I? No, I'm still in CL. So we're still in the CL trade. Yeah, so going forward here in the streams, I'm gonna focus on doing what I should be doing, which is highlighting the power of the system, not highlighting me. No, thanks for the simple. I'll start using simple. Thanks. I'll start using simple. Instead of highlighting me as the trader, as the person that like, it's not me, it's the system. Like, Like, if you're wondering, if you're watching, and like maybe you just joined or you just look, my ability to have a $5,900 PnL is me as a trader, obviously, because there is a psychological aspect. But much of the thanks, or much of the comes down to the system. And, you know, over the last couple months, I've been trading against the system because I have a bad habit. And it's just not, it's not what trading's about. Trading's about pulling capital from the market. It's not about me getting up every day and having a challenge. If I do that, I should do something else, like do the, you know, run a marathon or something, you know, or something. I hate running, so I wouldn't run a marathon, but something else, right? Besides trying to have a challenge with, it's hard enough trading, but then when you develop a system that has edge, why trade against it? Well, that's what I've been doing. That's what I was doing for a while.
Order filled.
Okay, what did we get filled on? Got filled on GC again. Oh no, the short on GC. So we'll put that up here. I don't like that, actually. Looks like it might bottom.
Order filled.
It's kind of a bad area. Might be getting picked up on the NG trade. And then oil has, well, it's having a hard time on chart 4. That's really what it's having a hard time on. Yeah, this is the GC trade here. So let's enter at 3. Start trading a little bit larger size so I can start having a decent PnL here today. So I'll start up in the size. I feel okay mentally. I think we can start up in the size. We knocked out a I'm going to go make some coffee. So let's just go around the chart. So NQ is making a move up. We do have a key kind of level up here. So if it does tag this zone up here, we'd potentially look at shorting that. We probably should look at shorting here, but this is probably the best short. And then obviously we got the OR50. So the buyers obviously stepped up. If we look at the internals to kind of see what's happening there, we're still below the 0 line. Big Tech is doing a VWAP. Where Big Tech is below or above all rolling VWAPs, so that's positive. I mean, it looks like it was trying to make a move for the actual weekly open. If it recaptures this area here, then it might be long the rest of the day. So that's something to kind of consider here, is that potentially the NQ might be switching over long the rest of the day. Bitcoin is still there. NDX. So it's still an inside bar. Like I said before, here's their next zone right here, right around 0.16. So if that holds, then we might want to look to go long the rest of the day for the NQ, or at least going in the afternoon. So that's something to consider. Yeah, it might be a long. Yeah. Recapture the day open. It's holding the day open. So kind of the trade is wait for this check here, pull back, go long. It's kind of the trade on the table. So not get too aggressive with it yet. But that would be that's the predictive nature of the system. Once again, the system we trade is predictive. It predicts the areas that reactions, and then we trade around reactions. So, you know, like Good morning. Why don't you trade the S&P 500? What's possible to see? The method do you use? Where is it possible to see the method you use? Oh, so I don't trade the S&P. Are you on? If you're on, I'll answer the question. So the reason why I don't trade the S&P is because it sucks. So I'll just be completely upfront. The NQ moves much better than the S&P. And also, the other reason why is because I trade correlated things to the S&P, so I don't need to trade it. So the NQ or CL or GC, one will correlate to the exact movements of the ES. As far as this, I mean, I can just show this. We can do this on the natural gas. So here we can do ES, and then we'll do ES, where's ESM3. So why I don't trade, number one, I just don't like the way the ES moves. The NQ to me moves much more smoothly from my perspective. My system works on the ES. I could trade the ES. I could, but look at this. This is why it doesn't matter. Like, and hopefully this isn't lost. I'm not sure if you're on the stream. So I'll answer here on stream. So, like, just think the way to think about this. If you're, and I'm not saying you're new, but like, let's just say someone's new and you're wondering, like, well, how do you decide what to trade? Well, let's say you have $10,000, okay, and that's the $10,000 you have to deploy to the market. Now, let's say you want to be a day trader. Okay, you have $10,000. It doesn't make sense for you to divvy up that $10,000 against 10 different things. It makes zero sense. Because that's your, if you're going to sit down and watch, if you're going to develop a trade system, or let's say you join mine and you start trading my system, you don't need to diversify if you're day trading, because that's your allocated capital. And I understand the whole concept of 1% trade and everything else. It makes zero sense if you're day trading. Because if you're day trading, you're actively watching the chart. You're actively managing your risk. The 1% number that people always belly about, you should be trading 1% and only risking 1% per trade. That's relevant to swing trades or long-term trades. If you're day trading and you're actively managing the chart, why would you want to be in, like, I trade 4 different things because they provide signals at 4 different times. So that's why I trade 4 different things. If these all correlated and provided signals at the same time, it doesn't matter my buying power. I'm not getting anything more by trading more things. So I don't trade the ES just because I'm already trading something that moves in the same direction that the ES is moving. The NQ. So you can see here, this is this chart 2. This chart 1 is the NQ, and then this chart here is the ES. And while it's not the same pattern, I mean, it's not exactly the same pattern, it's moving in the same direction. So what did the ES do? The ES, it went down, created a little bit of a range, and now it's trying to move up and recapture momentum. The NQ did the same thing. It went down, created a little bit of a range, and then now it's going up, trying to recapture momentum. So it doesn't matter if I trade the ES or the NQ. It literally doesn't, because the movements are the same. The signals are the same. I'm getting the same signals. So that's why I don't trade the ES. I just don't like the way it moves. I like the way the NQ moves comparatively. Plus, typically because the NQ is what would be considered growth stocks, typically the moves on the NQ are a little bit more fierce when it does move. The other thing is that with the NQ, you get a little bit more market internals if you like to use it. So for instance, this middle chart that you see here, you don't have to use this middle chart. I just use it because this middle chart predicts usually where the NQ is going to move based on what's happening on this middle chart. So it gives a little bit of a prediction power of, okay, now that it's recaptured the VWAP, it's going back to what I was discussing before, which was, okay, it looks like we're going to go long in the NQ, which I missed that entry. Damn it. So I missed the entry on the NQ. That pullback. I don't know if I want to get aggressive on it yet. Guess we can do a participation trade down here. We'll do a series of participation trades. We're at the VWAP there, so we got to let it respond there a little bit. So hopefully that answered. And then what possible to see the method you use? Yeah, so the method, what do you mean by method? Oh, my trade system? Well, yeah, so there's two ways. I'd say join Discord down below, and then you'll get a consistent overview of me using the method, because I only trade one system across all markets. And then you can visit my website, and then that explains, you know, I know it's reading, but, you know, on my website and then I have videos on YouTube. I mean, I have over 200 videos. Oh, there'll be a video today. I'll release the video. Actually, I'll just release it now, which is the after action report of Damon's Rockwell trading session is what we call it. So I just did a video of me just reading. Why does that say 1 hour?
Order filled.
Got picked up. Why is it 1 hour long? Oh, I know why it's 1 hour long. Oh, I'm an idiot. Hold on. All right, there we go.
Stop filled.
Well, we'll be calling the stream here in a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna, well, we do expect a reaction there, so it's just a matter of I don't know where we, if we, it does seem like the long's gonna hold today. Reaction exactly where we expect it. Almost perfect reaction there. Now it's just, it's between this and this, between the daily open and the reaction zones. So really, the next trade is probably right around here. It's kind of the next trade. See if we get picked up there on the NQ. Gold didn't pick us up? Oh, come on. What the hell? Question is, do we want to get aggressive with that entry?
Order filled.
Well, I guess I did. So I did do a gold entry, but might regret that here.
Order filled.
Got picked up on the NQ trade. Now it's just a matter of, is that going to be the right area? Obviously not.
Order filled.
Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Order filled.
What did I get filled on? NatGas.
Stop filled.
Stopped out of that right away, which is good. All right, we'll see how that works out. Now we're going to wait for the next level check on that NQ. Right now, we did get that gold trade is kind of moving in our favor. Put some trailing stops in there. We're still up on the CL trade, riding one lot. Didn't add to that at all. Probably could have added to that a little bit maybe.
Stop filled.
Well, let's see where that's at. Yeah, it's testing the daily open. So now it's just a matter, is it going to hold the daily open or not? Pretty simple decision there. Or really, that's all we have to wait for. Is it going to hold that? Yeah, you know, Bitcoin taking a dump, but you know, who knows? I mean, I can remove this. Don't need this anymore. I mean, it's got a lot of reaction zones here. It's got the weekly open, so you know, it's more just waiting to see what happens on this sell-off here. It's been pretty resilient. Yeah.
Stop filled.
Or the buyers have stepped out. I think the long side is what's on deck here for the NQ. This should be my gold chart anyways, because that's what I have. And then this should be the end. Okay, why is that so? It's the June contract. Why do I have the, where did I do the April contract? Yep, sure is. GCM. And this should be the NG trade. It does seem like gold's going to sell off there. But we'll give it an opportunity to give us a confirmation. We don't have a confirmation yet, really. Yeah. We look at the 4-day on that Bitcoin. I mean, the 4-day is pretty. Okay, I can. This, what chart am I on? Crypto all. Don't need this anymore. Yeah. It's looking to tag that, but then we've got this other area up here. I mean, the more that it stays in this zone, the more that it's going to stay in this zone. The more that it stays in this value channel here, this other value channel, if we were to define this value channel here, the more that it's going to stay in that value channel. So if we just do from here to here.
Stop filled.
I'd almost do from here to here. Got stopped out of the GC trade. Wow, we're up. What are we up $1,000 on? The CL trade? Damn. Okay. I keep saying I'm going to make coffee, but I keep not making coffee. So I think it's time to make coffee. Let's see what we got going on here. I'll probably do want to get in the NQ on a long. We got knocked out of the gold futures. Did we at least make some profit on that thing? Yeah, we did. Dinging the PnL a little bit. Still up about $1,000 on the CL trade. Probably could move that stop loss up a little bit. Up to here. It's going to hit that level and it's going to sell off, then it's going to sell off. So now we got that. I think we officially have the 110 test on NQ. So we get that test, and that's the trade to do. So it's NQ. So NQ around 110 to what to watch. It's kind of the trade to watch. Time is it? All right. Do expect a reaction right in this zone here. Don't want to enter too early. I might not get there based on that. We'll see. See how aggressive it wants to get down there, or how aggressive it wants to be. There we go. We're hitting the level right now. So we'll do an initial
Order
trade.
filled.
Do an initial trade down here. Not get too aggressive because once again we don't have any counter signal that it's going to hold. So, but we do expect a reaction there, which we're getting a reaction right now. So, but it is a fade trade at this point in time, so just need to make sure that we're not getting too aggressive on the entry there. See that? That'd almost be a perfect re-entry on the CL, but I'm just fine just riding that one lot for now. guess I could put in trailing stop there so I don't actually take a loss on this trade now. I mean, we're up about $140 on that. Give it a little bit of room. Might get knocked out. Should have entered at 3 lots instead of just 1. Yeah. Should have entered 3 lots there. But I guess we'll take making $200 or so. Can't complain about that, right? I mean, I guess you could.
Stop filled.
But we get stopped out on. Oh, did we? Oh, we got stopped out on the CL trade. Maximize the profit on that as much as we could. Up about $6,600 for the day. We're in an open profit around $200.
Stop filled.
Got stopped out on the actual NQ trade. Now it's just a matter of, okay, it hit that level. It's just a matter, does it want to maintain that level? So the trade for the day, for the rest of the day on the NQ is long. That's the trade for the rest of the day. Should not probably be thinking short now that it tagged that level. Providing that that level holds, obviously. Oops. All right. Yeah, I guess we should have stayed in that for a little bit. Now it's just a matter of, okay, this is a fade trade. So once again, so members, on this trade here, we're projecting out the rest of the day, and we're looking at the higher time frame. That's the only reason why we're long in this trade, is because of the higher time frame. So what do we have here? We have obviously chart 4 was a level check, and it held so far. So kind of your best trade is to wait for maybe another level check again, but it's already been checked. So now it hasn't recaptured momentum on chart 2. So the best confirmation trade is to wait for the confirmation on chart 2. But I think you should be thinking about what does the rest of the day want to do. That's what you should be thinking. And if we look at the chart, not Bitcoin, but we look at the NDX, that was probably the best trade that existed. I mean, I don't think you chase the trade here, but I think part of it is you maybe think about chasing
Order
the trade a
filled.
little bit. Because what does it look like it's trying to do? Well, obviously it's a momentum short, so this is definitely a fade trade. So obviously if you haven't obtained your fade card, then you probably shouldn't be doing this trade. Wait for the confirmation. But it looks like a little bit of sell-off, overshoot, false break, hits the mixed 200. We've got a level here, so you would expect a reaction here. So you expect a reaction to this pullback, expect a reaction here, expect a reaction here, expect a reaction here. So you're going to have more than enough opportunity if this is going to be a long trade for the rest of the day to get in. So don't chase the trade too aggressively. So really that's all you just got to do. Just wait for the pullbacks. You're in a fade trade. You are seeing an initial changeover on chart 2. So chart 2 is starting to change over. And then obviously you've got your chart 3 key levels that you're watching too. So, but at this point in time, we had a level check. It held, and then above 149 on the actual NQ. So here, really, a close above this level, 146. You're starting to think, okay, yeah, the long side is the right side to be on. But don't get too aggressive, obviously, because it's a fade trade. So that's kind of basically how to trade what's unfolding right now. Seems to be a pretty calm move, I guess is the way I would describe it. Meaning it's not impulsing one way or another. It's kind of, that's a relatively calm sell-off and relatively calm move up. So, unless volatility picks up here massively, we don't have anything news events-wise that we expect. So now, just not getting too aggressive on your entries. Let the price come to you. Really, you're in a fade trade, right? So, you're talking about a fade trade. So you know where you expect your reaction zones. We know where the system tells us the price is going to react. So if you want to be long in this scenario, you just wait for the reactions to react. And then the second that the reactions actually... So here's the thing. It's going to react, which it's doing right now. And then it's going to be a fight between multiple charts. So really, it's just a matter of not arguing with the chart.
Order
For
filled.
instance, the chart that you'd be arguing with right now is you're going to want to watch chart 2 pretty aggressively if you're going to try to get into this fade. And then believe it if it actually closes below. Well, right now, the key point, if it closes below 119 for too long, then you're going to be a little concerned. So, just don't chase the trade. Just scale in appropriately for a fade. Or wait for a confirmation. Could be completely wrong too. I might be completely wrong because obviously I'm trading against momentum. So obviously the momentum trade, you would have been already in profit and taking some of your profit right now if you would have traded the momentum trade right there. So, but I think we're in a changeover state. So a changeover state of as far as it's going to try to maintain a long scenario the rest of the day. Further away that it gets from the day open, obviously the more likely that scenario is not going to play out. But it looks like we're maybe getting another opportunity for a double level check there. And then a double level check there would be, if we get a double level check, then that's the best entry for that fade trade. And as usual, you'll see I started a little early.
Order filled.
But I'm not getting too heavy early. Time to get some. Oh, I can't get coffee yet until we get fully entered here. Gold is actually at a bottom too at the weekly open. So that's another trade that maybe exists. What is interesting though is that gold and both NQ are kind of at key zones here. So one of them's going to make a decision. NQ seems like it does want to move up. What was that? It's trying to anyways. It's attempting. There we go. Look at that. We're up. Oh, no, we're not. We're up $5. Sweet. We're in the money. I didn't add to that, obviously, because I was waiting for the lower area to add. Just in 3 lots for now. Don't have confirmation. Once again, it's a fade trade. Look at that. It did move in the direction we expected. So now it's just a matter of is it going to hold or is it going to sell off at one of these indicators or one of these reaction zones? That's the question. It's going to punish me by not moving up right away. But, you know, that's what we expect. It's at the reaction zones. Yeah. NQ long is fade. Oh, why am I in this room? I should be in the... Well, obviously, it might want to do a double level test, so we'll see. Once again, momentum trades is key. Wait for that level test and then add. It might sell off here actually. Might do a deeper sell off.
Order filled. Order filled.
Didn't get picked up on that third one there. All right, we'll see. See if we can hold this the rest of the, if it's going to move up. It's obviously got a couple momentum checks it's got to do. So we'll see. I'll give it a little bit of room here. It's fighting with chart 2. And I'm tempted to get out, but I'm giving it plenty of room. Plenty of opportunity. Well, there it goes. Now, I almost probably would want to just put in some trailing stops here just to protect. Why go negative at this point in time? Guess that's the way to look at it. I should give it more room, but you know, at this point in time, if it's going to sell off, why go negative? So if it's going to be stubborn about breaking momentum here, there we go. And why go negative in the position? Should probably be a little bit more patient here.
Stop filled. Stop filled.
Stopped out. That's fine. It's a fade trade, so I'm not going to be too aggressive with it. Because it's obviously not. It's moving, and yeah, like I said, I probably should have been more patient, as we can see there. Yeah. I just, you know, it's either going to move here or not. There we go. Rise up. Hold on, where does this say? Oh, how do you put the... Oh. Well, you join my training. That's how you do it. So my indicators are private. Yeah, there we go. Rise up. So we'll call it a day here, or not a day, but I'll call it the morning, and then I'll come back in the afternoon if I feel like it. Let's do a PnL check today. Where are we
Stop
at?
field.
PnL wise, we're up around 6,500 or so. 400 in open profit. So
Stop field.
totally out. All right, so we're totally out. Now this is where maybe I might want to get back in, but I don't really like the way it's moving. All right, so now we actually got the real PnL, which is right around 67.81. She's doing good. So yeah, my wife's doing good. She's back. Just had, I don't know, a kink in her intestine from her surgery and stuff. So
Order filled.
she's
Order
just
filled.
had to be in the hospital for 2 days. Had to drain some stuff and kind of figure it out. So yeah,
Order filled.
Glad it wasn't super serious. So we're long again, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of more room here, and then I'm going to go literally not watch it and just let it play out. Yeah, she's feeling better. I mean, she's pretty tough, so, But we've been through a lot of just crap, our health stuff the last couple of years, so we're kind of used to just recovering, But I'm sure we'll be relaxing and chilling this weekend. I don't know what we have planned. I don't even know what the date is. All right, so I'm long again on the NQ. Once again, that level held, so we're giving it a little bit of room. I think it's just going to have a fight here for a little bit. And then if I can at least stay in 3 lots here, maybe we can make a couple grand here in this trade. Just with 3 lots. That's kind of the plan here. It's kind of what we're looking to do. But I'm going to call it. I can't be... Yeah, I'd say the price action's pretty good, though. I mean, yeah, it's been annoying at times, but if you pick your spots, right? If you would have told me on trading momentum, momentum is kind of the key, right? So now we're up around 6,700. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, so I'll be back in a little bit. I can't be trading the whole day. Or I need breaks. So that's kind of the new plan for streaming. And then obviously Tony will be popping in here and there. Come on, dude. It's really being stubborn about this whole rise up, isn't it? It's like, it's really, really, really. Oh, look at that. See, this is why you trade momentum. Prime reason why you trade momentum. Look at that. The momentum held. So once again, I'm trading against momentum. So don't do me. Oh, look at that. That's gonna hurt. Did the news hit?
Order filled.
Did some kind of
Order
news hit?
filled.
We'll see if some kind of news hit. What time is it? No. Baker Hughes rig count is at 1 p.m. So that's just there. All right. I guess I'll trade myself out of this trade. Or just get out and take the loss. Yeah, momentum was the trade there. That's why you trade momentum, right? So that's exactly why you trade momentum. I'll stay in this here since I'm in a trade so you can watch me trade myself out of it. That's only fair. It's not fair that I get off in the midst of a trade and you don't see me trade myself out of it. I should have just got out and got up and just put my trail stops in and said, hey, time to get some coffee. Well, no, now I was doing a fade trade. Against momentum and bias. You know.
Order filled. Order filled.
No, I just trade myself out of the trade as far as like just, you know, either take a loss here or it's going to come up and I'll just, well, obviously not. Our next level is right here. That's our next level right here. So yeah, this is complete, you know, once again, the fade or the move was, see the momentum trade? That was the move. That was the trade. The trade was the momentum trade right here. The short. The trade was not the trade that I'm in. Because obviously I was wrong. So, you know.
Order filled.
That's one thing on that. Obviously I was wrong initially. I think I'm right on the initial direction of the rest of the afternoon, but obviously it hasn't recaptured momentum or bias on chart 2. So that's the problem it's had. I mean, if you would have just traded chart 2 and straight up the RDA, you would have been golden. So, but of course, I still like to fade the market. Like I said, I'm super fader man. We'll see how this works out though. I'll probably get an opportunity to get out right at break even or a little bit in profit. Or not, who knows. So far it's behaving how I expect. Now it's just a matter, is it going to do one massive sell-off here or is it going to hit this momentum? There we go. So now I get an opportunity to get out and break even if I take it. Or a little bit of profit. Or I can ride this trade up, as you can see here. Ride this trade up to about $800. We'll get out.
Order filled.
There we go. That's how you trade yourself out of the trade, son. That's how you trade yourself out of a trade. Just don't panic. Just, you know, trade didn't quite operate where you wanted it to. Properly scale in. When the market gives you an opportunity to get out, you get out. And made another $800. So, you know, that's kind of how you trade yourself out of a trade. It's probably a good way to end the stream for the morning. I will see you in the afternoon. The number one thing that you could do is join Discord. Also, if you want to trade the best trade system on the planet, all you have to do is join Discord or go to my website. You'll see a link that says get started now. Or join Discord and send me a DM. Say, how do I get started? I just asked a few questions, and other than that, you're up and running. Private indicators, free training, or not free training, all the training, anything that I add as well. So do look to be back here in about another hour and a half, 2 hours. See if the afternoon session provides some opportunities. I will say here, so one thing I'll just share on the end. So you'll see, what did I do? I want to just highlight what I just did, okay? I was in a trade. I traded myself out of the trade, but what did I do? I was up about $800. And where did I get out of that trade? I got out of that trade at a reaction zone. The market gave me an opportunity to break even. I didn't take it because I saw that it was probably going to impulse to the next zone. So what did I do? I took a little bit of a risk and it impulsed up. But what did I do? I didn't stay in the trade because I was up and I felt good because I was in profit. No, I got out because I can always start over. And the philosophy of that I use in that and why, and this serves me well, and this is if you trade this style, you need to have this philosophy. So I'll end with this, which is basically, look, if you're going to trade yourself out of a trade, that wasn't your original intention. So really the best mode to operate in when you get into that situation is that if you're not following a plan, while you should be reading the market at that given time, you're better to get out of the trade and restart over, because your reason for being in that trade your plan didn't unfold. So that's why oftentimes you will see me just kind of trade myself out of a trade and just get out and maybe even start over in the same direction. I've just learned that that's one of the ways to protect yourself from a psychological way of not. It's just a way to trade that. If you get into a trade and it wasn't part of your original plan, and the market gives you an opportunity to get out at break even or a little bit of profit, you take it. You can always start over. That's, if you're going to adopt trading yourself out of a trade like I do, number one, you need to have enough capital to do it. But number two, when the market gives you the opportunity, take it, because we can always start over now. I can start over going long now if I wanted to, which it looks like I might want to. But if I would have stayed in the trade, I would have been bouncing between negative and positive, and I didn't start with my original plan. So I'm really just ad hoc trading. And usually ad hoc trading, you're not really successful at. So like you did the other day and you lost 20K going against the system. Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. So that was a prime example of me trading against the system. Now, my fades are much better today. So if I were to answer you, I'm fading much better today. That trade that I lost 20K on going against the system, well, number one, that wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have been talking. So like that, I'm making an excuse, but like I was not even paying attention to the chart, right? I just completely ignored the chart and I just like was talking and I was going off on tangents. And so like that trade I almost put out there as a separate, like unique case, because I saw it, and I saw when I was down 10 grand and I was like, I just get out and just take half. And I wasn't even paying attention. I was like in another space, I guess. I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying that, I was answering questions. I was sidetracked. So I'm not making an excuse, but I'm just saying I wasn't even focused on the charts at all. Like that's what's so weird about that trade is like, I was lucky that I actually just broke. I mean, I still had a green day, like a couple $100, but I was lucky that it just didn't turn into like a loss, a massive, obviously like a negative loss. So I did lose, because I'm not making an excuse. I'm just like, I look back and I'm like, okay, I can't do that anymore. I can't just go off and talk, and just ignore the charts. Part of it is on treatment. I was on, so it's like, I'm trying not to make an excuse, but that was a really rare case of me just disregarding the charts. This trade that I just did now is not me. It was me. The market moved quickly against me. And then I had to make a decision. Do I take a loss or do I have the opportunity to trade myself out of this? I'm still fading the market. So the best trade is still, if you look at how the chart has responded, the best trade was still to sell at 118, 120. The best trade was still to sell up there. The system's telling you to sell. So, if you just follow the system, you'd be on the right side of every trade that's really transpired in the last hour and a half, 2 hours. What do I want to do? I want to be smarter than the system, and I want to fade the market and catch the move moving up. But there's no confirmation yet. So like I said, I'm in a constant battle too with me like, hey, trade the system. Just trade the system. Highlight how powerful the system is. It's not how awesome of a trader you are. It's basically highlight how powerful the system is. Yeah. So right now it's a fade. Now, when will it not become a fade? A close probably above 120. Probably a close above 120 will be a non-fade trade. But that will only be, that fade will be, it'll be fade it'll be a fade on 3 charts, but then you'll probably have confirmation on 1 or 2 charts that it might be going long. But I'm predicting we might not get there. So like right now, trade momentum, trade bias. Don't argue with it until you get a solid signal that you should argue with bias and momentum. So that's all. Hopefully that made sense. Oh, no, that's my own fault. No, someone, they're not abusing my time. If I'm going to answer a question, I'm choosing to stream and I'm choosing to answer a question. There's no abusing. I mean, if I asked for questions too. So like, it's my own fault for not managing my trade. There's no other fault. I mean, I'm totally 100% at fault. I'm just explaining. I don't like to make excuses. So that's why. So I don't like excuses. I abhor excuses. So whenever I make an excuse, I try not to make excuses. But I will say that trade was a really special event in the stream and me. And it was my fault entirely. It wasn't the fault of someone asking a question and everything else. It was my fault entirely. I should have just not been in the trade. And if I'm not going to focus on the charts and not going to give them, if I'm not going to give the market proper attention, then the market will punish me. I guess that's probably the number one thing I'll end with here, and then we'll kind of end the stream for now, is that if you're not going to give the market proper attention, the market will punish you. So that's the lesson to learn. The lesson to learn in that is not that I was answering a question or it's anybody else's fault. The lesson to learn, if there's one lesson I'd like everybody to learn, is that if you're not going to give the market the proper attention, the market will punish you. The market doesn't care. The market hates you. The market wants to take all your money. So, if you allow the market to do that by being just lackadaisical in the way you trade, like I was lackadaisical. There's no excuse. Like there's no excuse I could really give. So I allowed the market to take advantage of me. So if you're going to sit every day and you're going to let the market take advantage of you, then it's your fault. You choose whether or not you want the market to take advantage of you. You choose where you enter and sell and buy, and you choose the decisions you make. So it's not the market. It's literally you. So, there is no excuse. I allowed the market to take advantage of me. All right. I look forward to seeing everybody in a little bit. And targets on gold, I'll do that when we come back. All right. Everybody, I'll see you in a little bit.